it's not a 6 month thing, 3 months, 1 year. You can already see that psychoanalysis theory or psychoanalysis therapy is something that is expensive. But again, we are saying it is an intensive approach designed to create significant and sustainable personality change. How is it going to be? It's not a 6 month thing. It's something that is going to be done over a longer period of time. And therefore, you are assured that it is going to bring about a sustainable or a permanent personality change. Okay. So, the basic process of this psychoanalysis theory is analysis, insight, working through, and then action. I'm going to explain what that means. You analyze, then you bring about insight, and then you start working whereby the actions are supposed to be shown. And like I said, it is typically an expensive endeavor, and it is not for every patient. Why? Because it is carried out over a longer period of time, and most of the time it attracts only the rich or the wealthier people that are going to be able to do psychoanalysis or psychoanalysis therapy. The person that started psychoanalysis therapy is Sigmund, 1856, we lived through 1939. This one was the first born in a Viennese family of 3 boys, and 3 boys and 5 girls. And there was a father and there was a mother, and they lived in an authoritarian kind of an atmosphere. And the father was working in a not well to do, but what the father was doing is he made sure that Sigmund has to go to school. Why? Because among the 8 kids that he had, they saw something out of Sigmund. What is it? So they had limited finances, but they were forced to live in an apartment, and they were ready to foster the intellectual capacities of Sigmund because there was something that he saw in him. So, but then, because of where he was living, Sigmund as a person, he had aspirations that he wanted. He had his own interests, but he couldn't go towards his career choices because of the atmosphere that he was growing up in. So he ended up choosing medicine. So what he did, he devoted most of his life formulating and extending psychoanalysis, the theory of his psychoanalysis. He coined it himself. So most of the time he was actually trying to extend it or he was formulating it. So the other interesting part is that he was using his own patients. He was using his own clients to formulate this theory of psychoanalysis. And as he was growing up, he was also growing his theory. It means that he started this from a younger age. His years of creativity also corresponded with his time when he had severe emotional problems. Because Sigmund, when he was looking at his mother, he was sexually attracted to the man. Yeah? He was sexually attracted to his mother, and he used to hate his father a lot. So he was using his personal experiences to try to explain some of the happenings in life. So he had, in some of the things that he has read, there is a personal feel in him. So when he was trying to explore the meaning of his own dreams, he managed to get some insight to what we are now talking about here when we are talking about personality development. Sigmund had a journey through himself when he said, okay, personality develops in A, B, C, D because of what he has been going through. So, when he was examining his memories, he came to realize that intense hostility that he had towards his father, it was because of this sexual attraction that he was finding in his mother. So the sexual attraction for his the sexual feelings for his mother, it was because he found his mother loving and protective. So because of that, then Sigmund was yeah. All right. He then clinically formulated the theory as he observed his patients and himself, and he started working through their own problems and he started to analyze them. And then eventually, that's where now we get to hear about Sigmund Freud as the proponent of the psychoanalysis theory. Can I go down from that? It is just a brief history of what this is all about. Alright, if we can stop there to talk about Sigmund being attracted to his mother, let's go back to our houses. Who is the friend of, whose friend is our brother? Is it our mother or our father? Why? Let's wait it. Well, your mother has come a it's always the mom. Alright, so maybe that's why Sigmund theories are still rocking until today, because they have gained power. We can today say yes, it is really true. I think I am the best friend of my father. Are you the best friend of my mother? You're not?
I don't guess you best friend with anyone.
You're the only male? You're the only male?
Yeah.
The rest are girls?
Yeah.
So you're not the favorite of any of them? He's the problem. If you would ask the girls, they will be able to tell. They will be able to tell. You've just decided to give it a try. You think we women will feel.
You don't know what I'm going through.
if I'm not getting a backup for my dad, that simply means I'm not relationship. Because mother can bring depression all over. Come on, even your father needs some kind of protection. Because when you're always home and your mom is always do this, do that, you don't want, you know, I'll have backup, I'm gonna just say, and then, when you look like him. He looks at you and he's angry at you, and you are not going to be in good terms because they're expecting a lot. That's the other problem. Alright, so here is the girl child in the house who is not finding that which she's looking for in the father. The next thing is she is going to go out to look for love somewhere. You will also discover that your brothers, can you please do your please outside, please. You also discover that the brothers from the house, when they get married, take a closer look. They are going to get married to their wives that look somehow like their sister. Yeah, even then my brother's gonna be exposed some morning. Alright, so let us look at the basic principles of psychoanalysis. The first basic principle, it is an assumption. You are free to put in your idea or just take it as it is. A person's history affects present behaviors and relationships. A person's history affects present behaviors and so what you've been going through in the past is going to affect your present behavior as well as the relationship. I have a good example. So it's possible you have had a bad experience with somebody else. For you to get into another relationship, it may be somehow hard. Or you will be in the relationship, but you are always on the lookout. If he does this, I'm going to do this. Your senses are so sharp. So your history is going to affect your present behavior. Why is it that this person behaves like this? Check what they have gone through. The other assumption is that personality is structured into various structures. Personality is structured into various structures, which is the id, ego, and super ego. The other assumption is what you guys are trying to explain to say. There is an unconscious mind that always exerts significant influence over present behavior. There is always the unconscious mind that always exerts a significant influence over the present behavior. Okay, so there are several assumptions, but we are going to talk about what we have just listed down. But apart from these basic assumptions, there are also basic concepts. When we say basic concepts, in psychology, you're going to need a lot of these basic concepts, basic assumptions. When we say basic concepts, we are talking about the big idea. When we are talking about psychoanalysis, what is the big idea behind psychoanalysis? Consciousness and unconsciousness. That's one. Consciousness and unconsciousness. Alright, so segment saying that, or his concept of the conscious is the level of consciousness which is the key to understand the behavior of a person as well as problems of personality. So if you understand the conscious part of a person, that's when you will be able to understand why a person is behaving the way they are. But then the question is, how do you study somebody's unconsciousness? How do you get to know who will be using his unconscious part? So there are different ways that he suggested that a person will be able to get through somebody's mind or somebody's unconsciousness through one, dreams. So ways of postulating unconsciousness or ways of bringing up the unconsciousness of a person. One, you can do that through dreams. So here is Gray, who is my client. He's going through certain problems and he's come for a therapy. The first thing that if I decide to find out what is going on with him, I would ask him to record each and every dream that he gets. So every day when you wake up, please write down your dreams. And the dreams will somehow make sense of what is happening deep in his consciousness. Sometimes it is said that what we dream is what we think a lot. Yeah. What we dream is what we have encountered in this life. Those people that have carried out murder in private, sometimes it comes to haunt them during the time of sleeping. So just record your dreams, and then from the dreams you'll be able to know what is happening in the mind of the person. Sometimes you can also postulate the unconsciousness through slips of the tongue. Slips of the tongue. Sometimes you say that which is in the mind, but you didn't think about it. Possible? Yes. So you just say it out loud and people are just good like, And then when you get to hear it and think about it, you don't want to repeat what has happened. It has come from the conscience of the mind. I always give an example of 3 ladies that is in church. There they were. Oh my God, you never think the one and approach and this one and then somebody was like, so these guys are talking, 3, forgetting that there's a 4th person who doesn't, who was not part of the game. So each one of them is saying their experiences. And then, what do you think with a game or that? So here is the man, after that. And then they are waiting for the organization and they are talking. And then this other person goes like, I think I need to put around. But there is another car there that we can use and blah blah blah. And life continues. Zuri wa ya kuzoka kote. Zuri wa ya kuwina so ababa udu amamba usama baka now. But here are people that have said something that they have done. So you just, there are times slips of the tongue are going to really be important to you. Sometimes when somebody is angry, that's when you get to know what goes on in their mind. That's what is analysis. That's how you may know what is going on in somebody's mind. But again, materials derived from free association techniques. Materials derived from free association techniques. We are going to look at what we mean when we say free association techniques. What is this all about? Or maybe I can just quickly say, you are a counselor or a therapist. Someone comes into your office and you make them feel comfortable, give them a very nice chair, coffee, and everything else. So if you make them feel good, and then spins will just come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? You have actually made them comfortable and things are coming out of their mouth. So that's how you can also get to know the unconscious part of a person. Alright, so we said that the latter part of the mind exists below the surface of awareness. This is now the iceberg theory, right? So if I remember very well, we have this picture which shows an eye, and there is an eye, but this eye is in water. So, we're saying the latter part of the mind exists below the surface of awareness. The unconscious stores all experiences, memories, and repressed material. So in every person there is this part where the memory is sharp and fresh. I meet Kevin tomorrow in town. No, here is Kevin. Hi Kevin. Okay. I meet Kevin 2 years down the line when he's older and he's got a pot baby and all that kind of stuff. I look at him and I'm like, and you're hot?
Yeah, thanks.
I look at him and I'm like, where did I say this person? I think I know him. Until he opens up his mouth and says, oh, hi, madam. And he goes, oh, yes, Kevin. What is happening? It wasn't in here. It was somewhere here. And then Kevin 10, 20 down, 30 years down the line, I look at him. In my mind, he's somewhere here. It is going to take a lot for me to remember that this is Kevin. So what we are saying is, the latter part of the memory exists below the surface of awareness. So this is the surface of awareness. Right? So the aim of psychoanalysis theory is now to make the unconscious motives conscious. Whatever we are doing here, the dreams, the slips of the tongue and forgetting, when you're making someone feel good and let them speak a lot, what we are simply trying to do is to bring back up that which has been buried to the conscious mind of a person. Because we are saying, what has been buried here is what is going to make you behave in one way or the other, without you knowing. But because they are in you, they are going to make you behave the way you behave currently, or make you feel the way you're feeling currently. So the therapist now wants to fish out that and find reasons or find solutions on how he or she can help you. Can I go on? Right. So, Sigmund says that every person when they are born with one of these three. There is the id, ego, and super ego. Which one is the one that we are born with? We've done this before. I want to use the knowledge that you guys already have. So it doesn't take us. When a child is born, between ego superego and id. Which one do we have at birth? Id. Alright. So there is the id. Where do we put it? Let's put it in the middle. There is the id that is there when we are born. And then what develops second? The ego. Okay. Meaning the superego is going to come last. So, if I was still ask you to say, what are some of the things that will make a child or a person develop ego? Or how do we develop ego? Okay. At birth, the original system of personality is the id. The original personality of a person, every person is born with that one. So, at birth, everybody is all id, which is the primary source of psychic energy. Yeah. Let me try to explain in the sense that when you get to year 4 and this comes up, you should be able to remember. Alright, so we are saying this is the primary source of the psychic energy. Remember, Sigmund says that whatever we do, what gives the energy to our psyche is the sexual drive. We know that part, right?
Madam, can you repeat? I just said section.
Between you and him, who is great? You are great. Alright, so when a person is born, they are born with id. This is the source of personality. We are saying, original system of personality is the id. Okay, when we say original system of personality is id, what do we mean? If there wasn't ego and superego, all human beings would have been behaving the same, because we are all born with id. When we are saying id, what is it? We are saying this one is the primary source of psychic energy. Primary source of psychic energy. And another thing about it is, this one is also a seed of the instinct. All instincts that a person has rest in the id of the person. And it lacks organization. I'm going to explain. It lacks organization. And it is blind. It is demanding, it is blind, it is demanding, it is also insistent. So, if all of us were born with id and remained like that, this is the kind of world that we would have had. So, people with the same kind of character, but apart from that, id also does not tolerate tensions. Does not tolerate tension. Very important. It functions to discharge tension immediately. We are going to, I hope we'll be able to. It functions to discharge tension immediately. E is illogical. Let me just add it here. Insistent, illogical. I want you to build the person in your mind and give him this kind of personality. All these things that we are describing. Build a person who has got all this. What is the other thing? It's never matured. It's never matured. Where should I put it? Here. Never matured. I think this could be enough to work with. So every person at birth, they have got this kind of characteristics. You never mature, you don't tolerate tension, it is insistent, illogical, blind, and it demands, lacks organization, primary source of psychic energy, and this is the original system of a person. So, when a child is born, this is who they are. This is why Sigmund says that every person, whatever they do, whether the child is crying, they are crying because they've got a sexual drive within them. And it is the sexual drive that is making them need 1, 2, 3 things in their life. Until that is satisfied, that's when a person is going to be quiet. So, when we are saying it is the primary source of psychic energy, all the energy that goes into the mind comes from the id part of the mind. And the psychic energy, in as far as Sigmund is concerned, it is a sexual drive. Okay. So, it is blind. Why are we saying it is blind? Why are we saying it is demanding? When a child wants to sleep, when a child wants to eat, what does it do? It cries. It is not going to stop until food has been given to it. So for that, Sigmund says it is demanding, it is insistent, it is illogical. Whether you are on the road, you're coming from the market, there's nowhere close where food is. This child is going to cry until it is satisfied. It is selfish. It does not tolerate tension. I am tired. When I am tired, all I want to do is nothing but sleep. I need nothing but sleep. So that's the id. So id is classified as selfish because it wants everything its own way. This is how I want it, and this is when I want it, and I want it now. When you go back to Sigmund, and then you say that you bring in the sexual feeling part, id is going to say, I want to have sex, and I want to have sex now. Regardless of the situation. So you need to feed it into that. Alright. But then, as you are growing up as a person, I want to have sex and I want to have sex now. What is the environment going to tell you? It's not possible. If you are going to have sex whenever you feel like having sex, you are going to be labeled. And then you are, at that point, ego is now coming in. So, ego is going to come at a place where now you're trying to balance the environmental needs, your personal needs, and what the environment is going to say, and what you want, and what is ideal. So now you're striking a balance. That's where now you start developing ego. There are times when somebody now say, I want to get that ego. But the ego that we talk about is not this one. It is the super ego. We will get to that. But at this point, when you now start saying, okay, I want to have food, but the food is not around. I think I can wait. Oh, I think I can do APTC until I am at a proper place where I will be able to do. Alright, maybe forget about food, but I want to kill. The only thing that I want I don't tolerate tension. But then, when I shoot her, what will the environment say? What will people say? Okay. The next thing, I'm going to be sent to jail. I'm going to live in jail for February or for the rest of my life. And therefore, I think I can't take that. For now, because I can't kill her, I'm going to disassociate myself from her. So I have stricken a balance. I am developing ego. Don't say that? Yes. All right. So when we're talking about ego, this is a portion of the id that has undergone special development. It has undergone special development or modification through influence of the external world. In a new situation, I was supposed to say, guys, can you please go in the library and find out about ego and whatever and come back? You can do it, right? Yeah, we can. You can. Okay, so it like I'm saying, it has gone degree of special development or modification through the influence of the external world. The ego also acts as an intermediary between id and external world. It acts as an intermediary between id and the external world. So here is the person, here is the external world, and here is id. In between, there is the ego. So this person is all id, but the world is saying otherwise. He needs to strike a balance. So ego is an intermediary between id and the world. And then comes ego. Ego is in control of the voluntary movement. Ego is in control of the voluntary movement. Ego also deals with external events through perception. Deals with external events through perception. So ego is going to stop and say, how do you look at it? It is going to deal with external perception through memories as well. Last time when this happened, what happened? So it will deal with external events through memories, through perception, but again, it also avoids excessive stimuli. It avoids excessive stimuli. Alright, so far, is there any questions? Now, superego. The best place to be, that's the ego, right? Is it? Yeah. The best place that a person could be. Yeah. That's the not the superego, but the ego. Now, when we're talking about this superego, this one, it is now a residue formed within the ego. Residue formed within the ego. Okay. Kind of an example that I give. I suppose Kelvin is a chief from wherever he's coming from. So he's the chief of what I don't know. So as the chief, from wherever he's coming from, he's used to say when he sits in a crowd of people, they give him a special place. Normally he's in front, and when people are talking to him, they are bowing and all such kind of nonsense. So Kelvin travels. He travels from his area to another place, attending a function, which is different from, altogether different from the chief's tenancy. He gets there because he is the chief. In him there is all chiefness. He wants to sit in front. He wants everybody to respect him. He wants whoever is making a speech to mention his name when he is not supposed to. So he's going to go and sit in front where he normally sits. What is happening? The super ego in him is taking over. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what you are supposed to be doing to me. Alright? So, here is the person who had Eve originally. Let's talk about the killing kind. Not about the sexual part because it's going to excite him. Let's talk about the person the killing part. So if there is kill, and then the ego has failed to balance because the id has said, I'm not there. Whether I'm going to spend my life in prison or whatever, or the balance that he has found is, I'm going to find a way to get over it, or they are not going to discover it's me. So the killing happens. It becomes his life, and then we raise this person as well. This is who they are. I've done it before. I have done it before. I will do it and I will do it again. This is who I am. Are we getting it? Yes. Okay. So it is not always the bad thing, but sometimes the good thing also is going to stick out in this area. But most of the time, the super ego is now on the extreme parts of life. So we are saying it is a residue formed within the ego in which parental influence is prolonged. Parental influence is prolonged. Parental influence may be described as the race or cultural, racial, cultural, or family influences, the way you have been brought up in your family. And then you discover that even when you go outside, instead of you changing to adapt to the situation that you find outside, this is how I am, this is how we do it at home. That's the story. When you come at a place, you need to change, switch a bit to make sure you blend in with everybody else. But when you're failing to do that and you're like, this is who I am, that's the super ego sticking out. So this is our culture. In our culture we say, yes, in your culture you say, but what is everybody else saying? I don't care. That's the super ego.
It's hard.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Okay, so coming to that part, can we confidently say we understand what ego, super ego, and id is? Remember when we were talking about why we came here, we were talking about basic concepts. Whereby I say, when we are talking about basic concepts, we are talking about the big idea. When we are talking about psychoanalysis, what is it all about? So we say, the first one was unconsciousness. Consciousness and unconsciousness. to that. Yeah, so the first one, consciousness and unconsciousness. The second one, anxiety. What we were talking about here was simply describing what consciousness and unconsciousness is. Sigmund describes anxiety as a specific state of unpleasure. A specific state of unpleasure accompanied by motor discharge. A specific state of unpleasure accompanied by motor discharge along definite pathways. Anxiety as the universal reaction to the situation of danger. When you are faced with danger, you become anxious. When you are faced with something that you think is bigger than you, you become anxious. And Sigmund thinks that where you can find anxiety in a person, is it ego, super ego? When you are faced with a situation which you think it is bigger than you or it is larger than you, that you think this is a challenge, it is giving me problems.
Super ego.
Super ego?
Ego.
Okay. Why are you saying super ego?
Because you are just saying you're not even, what can I say? You're not even willing to give it a try.
Okay.
Maybe
You can do it.
yeah, if you can do it or if you can't do it, that's why I'm saying it's super ego.
Dre, why are you saying it's ego?
Because you're more concerned about the environment, what the environment and it is a conscious part of the mind.
It is a conscious part of the mind. Alright, because if it was easy, why should you be anxious?
Exactly.
You should have had a way. But if you are there struggling, it means you are trying to find a balance. What am I supposed to do? So it's the ego part. So Sigmund says that this one is the universal reaction to a situation of danger, and ego is the sole seat of anxiety. In other words, this is where you are going to find anxiety. It is considered a state of attention that is going to motivate us to do something. A state of attention that is going to motivate you to do something. And while you are having that experience, it is because there is a tension between id and ego. So as that tension is there is anxiety that is coming through. So how you are going to strike a balance between the two, that is what matters. And there is always, in psychology we say that there is always conflict between these three. In our day-to-day life, we are always conflicting, consciously or unconsciously, but there is always that kind of that anxiety that takes place, or that kind of conflicts that are taking place in our mind. To make sure that before we come to a conclusion or a solution, it means we have fought at some point. So, what is going to come out of that anxiety is what is going to determine who you are. How do you deal with situations? So, as a therapist, you also be able to know who you are dealing with, in as far as problems, finding solutions in life are concerned. So, if here is a client of yours who is always here, then you know that you need to do a lot of work. You have a client who has got more of the super ego stuff, then you also have a lot of work to do to make them be able to come to a place where they will balance their life. So, There are three kinds of anxiety. Three kinds of anxiety. There is one, realistic anxiety, which is normal, it's okay. I am about to write my semester class, but I have only been to class twice. Nobody is willing to give me their notes. What am I going to write? That's a realistic kind of anxiety. I am not having anyone here. The second type of anxiety is the moral anxiety. And the other one is neurotic anxiety. Neurotic anxiety. So when we are talking about the
Realistic, and then the second one.
moral. Yes. When we are talking about the realistic anxiety, we are talking about the fear of danger from the external world, and how you are reacting to that kind of fear is appropriate to the danger that you see. You find someone speaking and the whole school hears it, and then you go like, what has happened? You go like, seriously? All that noise? But when you are talking about realistic anxiety, the level of fear should be equal to the level of threat that is before you. The moral anxiety is the kind of fear from one's own consciousness or conscience. So, people that have got a well-developed conscience, they feel bad when they do something wrong. You may act all okay, but later somewhere, somehow, you will feel a bit bad about what you have done. So this is moral anxiety. The last one, it is the fear that you think things will get out of hand. The fear that things will get out of hand and cause one to do something which is going to end in punishment. I think we have talked about it. We can stop here or there. It will be okay. The fear that something will go out of hand and cause one to be punished. So, the neurotic anxiety could be a reaction to an actual danger or just a feeling that something is about to go down. So that's the neurotic. I just sense something is not alright. Something is. So it's either it's an actual danger or it is a danger out of perception. Alright, we are still talking about the basic assumptions. The third one we are going to do when needed is defense mechanism. So when we are talking about psychoanalysis, these are the biggest ideas as far as Sigmund Freud was talking about. Defense mechanism is our next basic principle, basic assumption. So now, this is our last big assumption. Tomorrow is when we have a big assumption. Today was the next. Thanks for coming. I don't mind. We are going to meet during the meeting. Okay?
I don't know about that, so we'll be.
Can I have my register?
You saw that one?
No madam.
What?
I want to see one.
No, this is the only time you can.
Ah,
All this year and here, you never, you remember.
Tena not kuza mama.
Yeah.
Ina di
Okay.
awilo. Awilo
No, you have never been here. You have never.
Amira, promise.
No. The only time was when we had a class there. You can rest with your friends. The only time you signed here. There, you have never been here. If anything, this is the only signature that is valid. So tell Gray, if the things that he has already available, I'm going to put out the signature.
Only two madam.
Maybe the point will come to class. If this is going to go on, I have a valid reason to go to the ritual window of the time. They don't have to come. So I'm going to cross out the other signatures because you guys have not been to class.
My next goal, I didn't know we had a makeup class last week. That's why.
No, you don't know what's up.
But I didn't see my.
Yeah, you got other issues that you
We are sorry.